Would you like to learn what a cloud architect actually does in their job? If so, this video is for you. Hi, my name is Michael Gibbs, and I'm the founder and CEO of Go Cloud Architects. And we're an organization that's dedicated towards building high-performance cloud computing and networking careers. Personally, I've been working in technology for over 25 years, and I've been coaching others to get their first tech job or get promoted in tech for over 2 decades. And my favorite thing in the world is when someone calls me and says, "Guess what, Mike? I just got cloud hired." Today we're here talking about the actual cloud architect job and what we cloud architects actually do in our jobs. And reasonably, the reason we're having this discussion is so many people want to become cloud architects, and for good reason. It's a fantastic career, it pays very well, and there's lots of career progression. So it's a wonderful career. I've loved being a cloud architect, I've loved being a network architect, I've loved being an enterprise architect, and I've loved being a business architect. These architecture roles are amazing, and I want you to have one. But the key to getting that cloud architect job or that solution architect job is being a cloud architect first and having the correct cloud architect skills. So let's talk about the cloud architect job. We're going to talk about the skills that we actually have. And we're not going to quantify them with certifications. In fact, quite frankly, we're going to show you right now why certifications aren't very relevant. Certifications basically teach you the name of the service and how to configure that service, which is great if you're a cloud engineer who's basically going to set up your S3 buckets, for example, or enable your EC2 instances of virtual machines, or set up your storage. But the certifications are not relevant for the cloud architect job, and we're going to talk about why. So we'll talk about all these things that we do as cloud architects, and just keep this in mind. This cloud architect job is every bit a leadership position and a technical position, and it is a hybrid at the best sense. In fact, more of what we do is actually non-technical. A half to 2/3 of what we do is completely non-technical, and the remaining parts are technical. So for the cloud architect job, we don't get it by studying Python. We don't get it by studying DevOps, and we sure don't get it by studying SysOps. We get it by learning how to become great architects. So let's talk about these cloud architect job skills so you can develop the right skills and you get your first cloud architect job. What we do is we design, we document, we sell, we lead, we translate, we work with customers to make sure we do a lot of customer relationship management, we do project management, and we entertain clients. Now, I know that doesn't sound very technical, but there's a lot of technology in what we do. But these are our skills, and that's why these skills, design, document, sell, lead, translate, relationship management, project management, and client entertainment, don't fit nicely into an AWS certification. It's not that the AWS Solution Architect certifications are not good. They're great certifications for cloud engineers. But we are cloud architects or solutions architects or enterprise architects. So we're going to talk about the skills that we have, the skills you need to be master. Master these and you will have an incredible architect career with a rocket ship-like career progression. So let's talk about these skills. First and foremost, design. What does an architect do? They design things. So design is our skill. We cloud architects are system designers. So our main technical skill is going to be system design, end-to-end design. And how do we build this design? We start with that client. Mr. Client, Mrs. Client, could you tell me about your business? What are your business goals? What are your pain points? What's your competition doing? What are you trying to achieve? Then, after I know this, all this information about the business, as an architect, I must have the business acumen or the business knowledge to be able to translate what that executive told me from the customer site into a technology solution. If I don't understand the business, I can't craft a solution. Companies, they're not geeky. They're not like me. I buy computers to play with them. Customers buy technology to solve business problems. So the key skill for the architect is having enough business acumen to understand the business problem to be able to design the technology solution. So architects design. So as part of the design, what do we have to do? We start with asking questions. Then we have to baseline the organization's current systems. And we may bring in a team of cloud engineers to baseline the systems. You know, what are their CPU utilization, memory, how many systems, what are they doing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then what we'll do is we'll create a design to meet the customer's business objectives. And at some point, we're going to have to present that design back and sell that design back to the customer. Here's the thing. If we only know the cloud, When we try and baseline the organization systems, we won't know what it means. So we need to know the legacy systems too, the network and the data center specifically, because what do we do as cloud architects? Mostly take stuff from the network and the data center and put it into the cloud. So we need to know those legacy systems, but the cloud is really nothing different than a virtualized network in a data center. It's just somebody else's data center that the customer rents. So the more you know about data centers and the more you know about networking, the more you know about the cloud. So you need to have this really deep knowledge of how things work to be an architect, because we design. Engineers need more knowledge on how to do the things. We architects are more about how does the system work, because we need to design them. And you can't design systems that you don't know how they work. So now that you know about design, let's talk about documentation. Now, documentation is something we do so much of as a cloud architect. I mean, at least 25% of our time is spent writing documents. So we have to be really good at it. We need to know how to write documents that are easy to understand for executives who are not technology professionals. We also might need to write deep technology documents for the technical people. That's just part of our job. We have to write at both levels. We have to be relevant for our audience. So for this job, you must have excellent written communication skills, and excellent written executive communication skills are critical for this job. So as part of your cloud architect training program, make sure you're working on your documentation skills. Now, sell. As cloud architects, we're always selling. You know, many years ago, there was a book and it used to say, always be selling. Let's face it, as a cloud architect, we're always selling. So your sales skills must be exceptional. We are going to be selling a solution to the customer. We're going to be selling our internal management to say, excuse me, I need these 40 cloud engineers to work on this project with me. Hey, that's sales. Or we could be working for an organization as a cloud architect, and basically let's say we worked for a bank and we have a new solution that we think is going to make the bank more efficient. We still have to sell the upper management to implement our solution. And because there's a risk of that solution, there's a cost of the solution. So we're always selling as an architect. We have to propose our designs and get buy-in from our designs. So whether we're selling to internal leadership, selling to external customers, entertaining clients and building relationships with the hope of deepening sales, giving presentations, whether responding to a request for information, an RFI, a request for proposal, an RFP, or a request for a quote, an RFQ, we are doing a lot of responses and we're going to be constantly selling. So if you've never done an RFI, RFP, RFQ, it's part of the sales process, and it's one of those things we cloud architects do all the time. We lead. The cloud architect job is a leadership job. And in many cases, architects are director level or above positions. You will be leading teams of cloud engineers that don't work for you. And trust me, leading a team that works for you is much easier than leading a team that doesn't work for you. If you lead a team of someone that works for you, you can easily say, do this or you're fired. No, that's not great leadership. But the point is it's easy to discipline someone that works for you. So when you ask someone that works for you to do something, it's a lot easier. Here, you're going to be leading and managing other people's employees. You're going to ask somebody's manager, hey, can I borrow them? The manager's going to say yes. And now you've got to lead a person that doesn't work for you. So you're going to have to be really good as a leader to get this person to be motivated to work. So you're going to have to be exceptionally emotionally intelligent. Your exercising influence or your persuasion skills have to be top notch. So you're going to be leading people that don't work for you. So you've got to be an incredible leader to be a really effective architect. Now, the next phase, I call it translation. I think 50% of my entire career was built on translating between genius engineers and business executives, translating between engineers and engineers, translating between engineers and architects, translating between business problems and technology solutions, translating the tech into business language. We just translate constantly. See, in our world, we're going to deal with extremes. We're going to deal with some really smart people that may know security or big data or what have you. But they may not be able to communicate it. And in many cases, they will struggle to communicate it. And the executives of the world are interested in their own piece of the pie. As a CEO, we focus on the business strategy, growing revenue, decreasing expenses, enhancing profitability, et cetera. If that's your focus, you can't be focused all day long on the text. You can only focus on one thing. So as architects, we're going to have to translate between the needs of the executives and the technical capabilities. Translation is a critical part of everything we do. Now, customer relationship management. If you want to be effective as an architect or effective in anything, you've got to treat your customers well and they've got to be happy. So you will spend a lot of your time keeping your customer happy because you've got to keep your relationships. Family, you should be spending time keeping it happy. Work relationships, you should be building them too. You need a team. You're only as strong as the weakest link on your team. Your network is your net worth. So customer relationship management, absolutely critical. So you're going to be constantly smoothing out ruffled feathers with your customer. Someone in your team is going to say something that offended someone. There's going to be an outage. There's going to be a bug. You inadvertently said something. Here's the key. You've got to have the leadership skills, the communication skills, the emotional intelligence, the empathy, the right attitude to really maintain good customer relationships. This is really, really critical. Project management. As an architect, you're typically managing a bunch of projects. Let's say, for example, you do a design. There might be a proof of concept. Now, you're not going to be the person building out that proof of concept, but it still has to get done. Somebody's going to be building it, and you might have a team of a large number of engineers that are going to do it, and you're the project manager for that. So you may be doing some project management. And you're going to be project managing third-party solutions. For example, you might do a security design, and you might be the cloud architect, and you might say, I need better than I can do. And you might reach out to the experts at Palo Alto or the experts at Cisco or the experts at Fortinet to help you design the better solution for your customer. So you're going to be doing that. You're going to be constantly managing projects all over the place as a cloud architect. Now, the entertaining clients. Let's just say this. You will be doing a lot of entertainment with your clients because you need to have deep relationships. In 1 year, I had spent over $100,000 on lunches and dinners just entertaining clients, and that was just part of the normal job. So, I mean, a company paid for it, but lots of time entertaining clients. You need deep relationships. When you're on projects that could go for 16 hours a day, sometimes you need to just buy somebody some dinner and talk. So, you're going to be entertaining clients. Whether it's golf, whether it's dinner, whether it's a sporting event, you need to have relationships, and as a cloud architect, you're going to be entertaining clients, and you're going to be entertaining them quite a lot. These are the cloud architect skills. So let's discuss these skills one more time because I want you to get your first cloud architect job. The cloud architect job may be the best job in the world. It's a great job, you're treated well, you've got lots of respect, you get paid very well. And why? Because it takes a combination of a couple special skills. Business leader and tech, all married into one person. So their design skills, this is the core of the technical piece. But outside of the technical design skills, the rest of it's not technical, it's leadership skills. Communication skills, whether that be translation, sales, presentation, relationship management. It's your emotional intelligence, your ability to bring out the best in others. It's your soft skills, it's your empathy, your ability to see things from another's perspective. It's your project management skills, it's your business acumen. These are the skills to get to your first cloud architect job. These are the skills to get promoted as a cloud architect or a solution architect. These are the skills that will make you successful in your career. I am Michael Gibbs. I'm the founder and CEO of Go Cloud Architects, and I've been an architect now for 2.5 decades, and I'm here to help you with your architecture career. I look forward to seeing you in another video very soon. Take care. It was so nice having you join us for this video today. Let me tell you about some free services we do for the cloud community. Once per week, we actually have a free question and answer session live on YouTube, where you can come and ask us any questions you want about building your career related to cloud computing or networking, and we'll answer them in real time for you because we want to get you to your goals. Several more times per week, we have guests from industry experts that I've known for decades that are movers and shakers that have changed the world, that can give you information so you can build the best career. I invite them periodically. They are on my show. If there's a chance to do some free training on our channel, we'll do it live because we want you to all to have the best skills for the best career. So please subscribe and hit the bell. I look forward to seeing you, and I look forward to assisting you in your technology career. Thank you so much. This is Michael Gibbs from Go Cloud Architects.